You ready for part 2? Well, let's not waste any more time.
Pay very close attention now. Stop chasing money. In a capitalist society, the rules of the game are as follows. You are paid in proportion to the perceived value that you have. And the people that perceive your value, they are the market, the consumers of the economy. The market is you, your friends, your family, your neighbors, your country. People complain that football players are overpaid. But for players to be paid millions, there has to be a market for the football industry in the first place. People have to see the value in football in the first place for them to want to spend money on matches and merchandise. And if the market has a high demand for football, guess what happens to the players who are at the top of their game? They are paid generously for it. It's not about how hard you work. The cleaner that's sweating and tiring himself out every day is paid far less than the accountant sitting behind a desk. Why? Because the market perceives the value of what the cleaner does to be far less than the accountant. As harsh as it may sound, the cleaner can be replaced by anybody. It isn't difficult to learn how to do his job, and therefore the market will not pay him more than the accountant, the guy who spent years studying numbers, the guy who was saved.
Essentially, the question you have to ask yourself is, how difficult is it the thing that you want to do? Or how difficult is it whatever it is you're trying to create, right? So for example, this perfect example is YouTube. It is, for the most part, fairly easy to create YouTube content, but there are layers to this, right? I always say the best way for anybody to actually think about and start making an income online is through YouTube. But, right, not everybody has a camera, not everybody has an editing software, and not everybody can be consistent for a long period of time. For me, personally, when you see my videos, everything I do is shot and edited off of my iPhone. I use iMovie, I use the camera on my phone, and I portray the information. Right, so the editing, for me personally, my editing cannot compare to Mr. James Jani or a lot of other YouTube creators. So how you compensate for that is your personality.
The way that he talks, whack. The way that he doesn't even like to smile, whack. Me, I'm tight as fuck.
And whatever, or maybe you're just good looking, right? So you can't ignore that part. In general, when I say making YouTube videos, understand that there may be thousands of other YouTube channels on the platform. But first of all, some people have stopped making YouTube videos, right? There are people that stop making YouTube videos. Then there are people that are inconsistent in making YouTube videos. And then there are people who are making or putting out at least 1 or 2 new videos a week. If you are putting 1 or 2 new videos a week, depending on the quality and the difficulty of your content, I would say you are actually like a full-time YouTuber. But not everybody that's doing YouTube is taking it seriously. So you, yes, you, looking at this video, you have market share that you can still take hold of. Okay, start making your YouTube videos, start making your YouTube content and monetizing. The easiest way that you can start monetizing yourself and making money online is to sign up for Amazon's associate program. You take whatever products that you are currently using at home. For example, there's a tablet that I bought, right? Laptop/tablet. You talk about your experience, the benefits, and the drawbacks of this product or any product that you use on a regular basis. You make a video, edit it, shoot it, post it, and then you go to Amazon Associates affiliate program. You get an affiliate link and you leave it in your description. That's one way I can say right now that you can instantly start making money without having to wait for getting approved by YouTube's partner program. Even with Amazon Associates, you only need about 200 subscribers or so, which is fairly doable.
His clients thousands on their taxes. But even so, we just discussed how getting a job isn't the right equation to amassing a great amount of wealth in a shorter period of time. So then how can we increase our perceived value? What is it about people like Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos that makes their perceived value so high? The first step to this equation of wealth is quite simple. If you want money, solve problems. If you take a second to digest this statement, you'll realize that just about all money runs from this basic premise. If it solves a problem, money will be thrown at it. If it's $1 million problem, then the solution will make you millions. If it's $1 billion problem, then the solution will make you billions. Think about all the problems that a site like Amazon solves. The hassle of going to a store, the hassle of having to wait weeks for a delivery, cheaper prices, and so on. Not to mention all the other companies that Amazon owns and the problems that those companies solve. Jeff Bezos helped solve $1 billion problem and was rewarded favorably for doing so. If you've been chasing money, then you've been doing it all wrong. It sounds almost paradoxical, but if you want money, it isn't money that you should be looking for. You should be looking for problems, and more importantly, solutions to those problems. And once you've found that solution, make a business around it.
So like I said again, people are looking for reviews. Before they buy whatever they want to buy on Amazon, they go to Google or YouTube, look for the name of the product, review, or is it legit or scam, and then this is where you can fill in the market share. There are always new products being promoted or being presented. So an easy way for you to do to even get free products is to email a company, tell them, oh, I'm currently in the process of making YouTube videos about reviewing products that I like. Would you mind sending me a product for free so I can review, talk about my experience on it, and say whether or not it is good? Or if you already have a channel, email the company. I personally done this myself. I'm already using a product, right? I bought it myself as just a consumer. Then I email the company asking them to send me the product for free. I make a review on it, and then I leave my own link. So essentially, I'm getting the product for free, I'm getting the money through AdSense, and then I'm getting the money through Amazon's associate program. So I'm literally, there's no really cost. The only cost for me is my time and energy. So review products. That's one way. That's one way I can say for sure that you can start making money.
Wait, so that's it? Just solve problems and money will appear? So I'm gonna have to create the next Amazon for me to be rich, or the next Facebook or Google? You've gotta be kidding me, right? I don't even know how to code. I don't even have the money to start something of that scale. Hold on. You're once more going into old patterns of thinking. Start with a problem. Always start with a problem. Listen to the market around you. What are people saying they don't like? What are people saying they wish existed? What are people saying frustrates them? What do people think is incredibly inconvenient? Is that a problem that you can solve? And also, is it a problem that is worth solving? The final step of this equation to wealth is finding a scalable solution to the problem. Your solution needs to affect a magnitude of people. Starting a restaurant? That's not scalable. You're constrained to the local area and the footfall of that area. But a franchise? Now that's more scalable. Is your solution a piece of software? Then that means once that software has been built, you can scale it infinitely online without needing to worry about things like production or shipping costs, as it's all done virtually. Good luck finding infinite scale with a job. But be careful. Does your solution require your time to generate money? Let's say you were a yoga teacher that charged $100 per hour. Congratulations, you only made yourself another job disguised as a business. There's only a certain amount of lessons that you can feasibly do in one day, and therefore your income is time bound.
That one right there. Yes, you are your own boss, but you're technically still an employee. You're living within, you're probably making more money, right? So a lot of people, you just have to ask yourself, like, what do you want to do? Like, how much investment do you want? And how much freedom do you really need? Or do you desire, right? Do you just want an extra side hustle? YouTube can definitely provide you that. Or do you actually want to make a full-time income and take it seriously and like make all your money online? Because if you can just replace your income that you're currently getting at your job with YouTube or an online thing, then you will be able to probably live a more fulfilling life in one way or another, because you can wake up whenever you want, go to bed whenever you want, and live life on your own terms. First of all, ask yourself, how much money do you want to make? Realistically, how much money do you want to make? Or do you just want another way to replace your current income at a more scalable rate, right? Anything online, scalable. But anything you do in person, like coaching, one-to-one coaching, that's why courses and programs are so easily scalable, right? You make it once, make a module once, maybe update it a few times, but it's the same type of content and it's always scalable. So the best way for anybody to start making money online is to become an affiliate. Become an affiliate for whatever software you use, make a review about it, and then recommend it. Or become an affiliate for whatever product or clothing you use, or handy tool, whatever it is, and then become an affiliate for that. Straight up. Because especially if you don't have the capital or the manpower to invest in your own product or software, you can't.
Oh, no. No. No, 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 no.
Right? So the next best thing is to do affiliate marketing, which is essentially word of mouth. We all are doing word of mouth essentially.
But if you created an online yoga class that ran 24/7 with lessons you only had to create once, now that is scalable. Scaling your solution is critical here, so do not get lost on this point. Automation also plays an important role. Systems and processes will keep your business running like a smooth machine if implemented properly. If there is something in your business that you can outsource to somebody else or hire an employee to do it for you, assuming it financially makes sense for you to do so, then do it. Tasking yourself with everything is a bad thing. As much as you may think you're the best, there's someone out there that can do a better job than you. Once you found a solution, it's your job to make sure that solution can be accessed by everyone in your market. It's not about your ego and it's not about what you're passionate about. The market doesn't care about your passions. So now that you have your profitable business running with the right systems and processes in place, it's time to move on and reap what you sowed. There are two likely paths you're going to face at this point. You either continue your business or cash in and sell it. This is the acquisition, the moment someone buys the solution that you spent years building a business around. This is Instagram being acquired by Facebook for $1 billion. This is PayPal being sold to eBay for $1.5 billion, of which $165 million went straight to Elon Musk's pocket, and the countless other liquidation events that happen across the world. This is where all the effort that you spent into building your company comes to fruition. And if you choose to continue running your business, well, there's a multitude of reasons for you wanting to do so. Maybe you love the company that you built and want to stick with your baby. Maybe you think you can add more value to the company and sell it down the line for more than it's currently worth. Perhaps that business runs passively in the background, so you don't have to do much to keep the wheels turning. Or maybe it's a combination of these three things. Either way, you did it. You solved a problem that the market wanted solving, and it rewarded you favorably for doing so. And so now I ask you, what was it for anyway? For most of you, it was never about the money. Money is just a piece of paper, a number on a screen. Its value is only backed up by our belief in its value. From the very start, this was never about the money. Paying off the mortgage, buying your dream car, traveling around the world, never having to worry about your financial situation, it's the freedom that you were looking for. Your destination wasn't anything monetary related. It was a feeling, a sensation, the ability to do what you want whenever you wanted without ever having to cast a thought towards, can I afford this? Have I used up all my holidays for the year? How am I going to pay the rent? Will I be able to live off my pension? What dreams will I have to sacrifice because I can't afford to pursue them? The most important lesson from this video was never about the nature of money. It was about the one valuable resource that we all have, the one resource we will never be able to reclaim, time. Is giving up a large chunk of your time towards a job that you probably don't like worth it? Is your life settled on working, coming home, watching the telly, sleeping, waking up the next day, and repeating the same cycle till you retire? How many more hours of your life do you let slip through because of this pattern? Or perhaps you're fine with that reality. Perhaps you have no other choice but to follow that path for the time being. And if that's the case, there's nothing to worry about. The most you got from this video was a little entertainment and maybe a change in perspective. But there are those of you that understand the other side. Those of you that have the desire to never need to worry about money ever again. And so I feel the need to remind you, stop chasing money. Chase problems and find the solution to those problems. This is the equation through which all money is found. If you desire liberty through never needing to worry about money ever again, then let solving problems be the meaningful struggle in your life. Does it mean you'll be happy at the end of the road? Does it mean you'll feel fulfilled? Only you can answer that question. But if your struggle is meaningful, then perhaps it's worth pursuing.
What I can tell for you lot on my mandem, bruvet, is stop eating out. One of the things that you can do in order for you to even have the extra capital to maybe invest in a camera, maybe in editing software, although I would say just use your iPhone or iMovie, but you need to reduce all your expenses so that you have some breathing room, right? Breathing room to build up your emergency fund and to have the time and energy to actually focus on a side hustle that is scalable. Stop eating out, cook your own food at home. You just doing that in general will save you so much money. Cook your own food, and before you even pay for any expense, anytime you get a deposit, direct deposit from your bank, whatever, pay yourself first. Always pay yourself first. Whatever you can, 20%. If you're getting $2,000 per week or bi-weekly, $200 straight into your savings account. Set it, forget it, and then work with the remaining $1,800, right? And then from that, you gradually build up your emergency fund, and you have some breathing room between you and Murphy's Law. You have the ability to quit if you so choose to. You'll be good for a couple months while you focus on your side hustle, or you get a part-time job and now you have more energy and time as well to spend that on your side hustle while you still have some income coming in, right, from active work. So understand that whatever you have going on right now, try and make it scalable. YouTube is beautiful because you make one video now for years, as long as it's not just like a news story, but if it's like something that people will constantly be wanting to look for, and as long as that product or software is available, people will constantly want to look for reviews or look for, is it legit or a scam? You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say YouTube content is the best platform, right? Anytime you want to solve a problem, what platform do you go to first? You either go to Google or YouTube. You don't really go to Instagram to find out the review for a product or to find the resolution for an addiction or something like that, right? Google, YouTube. If you can make a blog, ideally I would say YouTube. If you can make YouTube videos about reviews about whatever it is you use at home, and then you become an affiliate from, let's say for example, ClickBank or Amazon Associates, this is how you can gradually build up income online at a scalable rate. Because once you make that video once, as long as that product or software is available, you're constantly making money off of it. You know what I'm saying? But yo, God bless, much love, peace and joy, namaste. Always remember, if it doesn't feed you, don't water it, and too much of any good thing is good for nothing. How are you lot doing today? Hopefully you're doing more. saying less, keeping that same energy. No cap. Save your money. Stop eating out today for the just for the month. Don't eat out for the month, and see how much money you save. Cook your own food.
Impressing people that I hate. I'm sick of being sorry, I'm not in.